Hello. Welcome. It's been a while. Welcome, Janice Lala. Wow. Still hanging in there. It's been a few years. This video, this live stream, will be a short live stream, but I have a series of life updates. Welcome, Tim Timmons Music. Welcome, Kentucky Girl. It's been a while, yeah. I am about ready to lay down a few really big announcements for the future. Welcome, Ace Dio, of where I'm going in this life outside of YouTube, and then what we're going to be doing on this channel. The last chapter. Welcome, Stars, Lone Stars Lounge. So, most of you guys don't have the life update. The life update being that we are going to be on baby number 3. And anybody who knows the story, my current wife, we have 3 kids, one that's yet to be born. And I met her on this very YouTube channel. And we are on a 3rd baby coming this summer. So I wanted to announce that right away, which is amazing. And you guys know her as Lowell's Girl. Anybody who followed for that long, anybody who's been with me for that long understands. But that first announcement, and anybody who wants to donate to that baby registry, I should have a link in the description for that. Yeah, thank you so much, Tim Timmons. I have a link in the description for that. And there are some things that we need. We do need a mini fridge. We do need like stuff for like the breastfeeding and stuff like that. And then the second thing that I'm going to talk about is where I'm going with this entire YouTube journey. It's been years, guys. I know you guys have been waiting years. Kentucky Girl's been waiting years. Tim Timmons has been waiting years. He's been doing some music. Welcome, JB Rants. So, yeah, you guys have been waiting a long time to see. Many years have passed. Last time you saw me was following Dramaween 6. Dramaween 6 Confessions. And it was a very religious style Dramaween. And can I promise you a new Dramaween? Not exactly. But what I do have, is I'm going to very, very quickly make some big announcements about where I'm going to be on this platform. Because believe it or not, I have not given up completely. There is one final chapter left in this journey here. Misfit Mafia Queen, welcome. Yes, it is Rant Jamz. He's so cool. That's right. So everybody who followed me from the very, very beginning, almost 10 years ago, guys, have been through the journey of Rant Jamz Live, a spectacle where everybody came together and collaborated to make the greatest show ever. And I think it's true. I know it's true. Nobody's put on a better show than the kind of show that we put together on Rant Jamz Live. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the subscribers and the money thrown together. We put on the very best show that could possibly put on an online platform, Twitch, etc. Because we all worked together on that project. And then we had some drama. All right. How many people know about the drama? The Dramaween. And just like everybody knows about that YouTube drama. But I was processing the drama of my mother and my family via the YouTube scene. And halfway through that process, that's where, I came here and we had our first child, who is now in 1st grade, by the way, Lucy. And we have our second child, Charlie, and now we're going to have a 3rd child. And we have a baby registry in the description for that. And at one point or another, my mother passes away. Anybody know Donna Shaw? Press 1. And she was part of the show, and she had a ministry. And I was in the midst of transitioning my Dramaween show into an insane kind of ministry. An insane kind of ministry where I was going to uncover the secret to how to have a direct encounter with God without the need of any sort of religion, purely from direct experience. You get the direct experience, and then you discover the religion second. The truth about Christ, the truth about the Bible, all that stuff, right? And my mom got to see like the prototype of that. The prototype where before I really kicked it into gear, I did 2 or 3 demo streams where it's called the Gospel of Jamz. And then I had life happen. I took a break. My mom passes away. And then I come at this thing hard 2 or 3 years ago. And I lay down this channel, on this channel and on another channel, called the Gospel of Rant Jamz, where I reveal 100% how to have a firsthand experience consciously with God without the need of any sort of blind faith. And I did a series of live streams on it. And I went the distance with the atheists. I went the distance with every religion type. Went the difference with all the theology. And I feel, although I can put out better edits of these videos, I realize over time that there is a little bit of work I need to do on that. But in terms of the message itself, there is nothing to be added there. So the truth is that chapter is over. The Gospel of Rant Jamz segment is over in the sense that I do not need to explain the ins and outs of the theology and the religious side of direct experience. So now it's time to cut the crap, and everybody who knows me, who's known me this long, there's 2 sets of people. There's people who like the collaboration and the mega shows and the drama. And then there's another one that of some enlightened folks who understand the value of Rant Jamz live. The most important part is live, the live part. All right? It's the live part. Not me being live necessarily, but us being live in our daily experience. And since I'm reaching this point now, and I think a lot of you guys are going to agree with what I'm about to say. We're reaching a point where the artificial intelligence of the graphics. I got the graphics. I had the graphics. We put on the best shows ever. The artificial intelligence of their generated art. And the artificial intelligence of fake religion, guys. Fake religion. The artificial intelligence of the crap they feed you in school. Not the critical thinking, the artificial intelligence of asking what the facts are, and somebody spits out the facts. The artificial intelligence. I ran against that. I hit that wall, guys. No, I did not know that Cab 7 died. Could you please tell me, Lava Man 4175, when that occurred? Because I'm going to be praying about that. That's pretty crazy. No, he didn't die. Oh, okay. He's not dead? Okay, Misfit Mafia Queen's got the scoop on Cab 7. So just keep typing in there. I'm going to read it in a minute. But what I'm saying is that when I was doing the Gospel of Rant Jamz, I was laying in to expand this ministry as a ministry to Christians, to atheists, to New Agers, to every single group. And the message had to do with coming together as a community for the most important thing, and that is love and direct experience with God and each other. Having really paying attention to each other. Really paying attention to the people in our lives. The problem I ran across was that as this AI thing blew up, somebody had messaged me, someone who didn't know me messaged me, and drawn to my attention that I can't do it that way. And I've had a lot of time to think about that. So am I just going to be streaming from my phone? Am I going to be like cutting videos? Am I going to be cutting shorts? Am I going to be doing Rant Jamz live content streams again? Will there be Rant Jamz live back in Dramaween? I'm gonna leave you hanging for some of that. But what I will say, the future of Rant Jamz and the future of Rant Jamz live is about being live. All right, it's about being live and life. And we have a baby coming. And anybody who wants to contribute to that baby registry, who's known me for the last 10 years, even if it's something small like a shirt, anything you want to do in that direction, we appreciate 100%. But it's more than just a baby for you guys. You guys saw the beginning of this. You guys saw where this all started and where it's come. And I'm telling you that the future of this entire thing, for those who are here and those who discover this later, because I'm not done. I'm not done with this, because I'm going to try this a few more times and many more times in the future. But I'm going to get to the really heart of the matter. I no longer have to describe and explain the real religion, the real reason why we're here, through the lens of Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, atheism, all that. It's not required. As a matter of fact, Jesus rarely did that in his life. Actually, he would usually use the animals. He usually talked about the wind. He talked about everyday things. It's not required for me to do that. Instead, I'm going to put my finger on the cure for the stupid AI disease that we have in today's society, and I am going to put my finger on that. Welcome, Music Lover 7004. So the cure to this AI stuff, the cure to the artificial screens, the cure to AI-generated content, the cure to Fox News, the cure to all of the programming is to be live and present in the moment. Something that artificial intelligence cannot do it correctly, is to be present, be in the moment, do more than quote scripture, use it in the moment, do more than barf up facts, ignore the facts, and experience the now. Ignore all that. Stop arguing about yesterday. Experience God today. Stop arguing about all the stupid stuff, worrying about the future. Instead, look at what you have right now. And I believe music plays a big part in this. And I believe words play a big part in this. But I used the main thing I've used this channel for has to do with processing my family's drama. It's specifically linked to my purpose. That's what I've been using this channel for from the very beginning. It was never for the purpose of being famous. It was never for the purpose of getting views. It was never for the purpose of any of that. But we sure had a great time. Right? And while I was there, I wanted to go ahead with your guys' help and show everybody that we put on the best show ever. I don't need any confirmation from PewDiePie or Mr. Beast to know that we certainly put on the best live shows ever done on any platform. And we did it because we were real. We did it because we were present. We did it because we really listened to each other and collaborated for real. And that's something that over the last decade, nobody's been able to copy that. How many people know that? Nobody, not Pusa Studios tried, couldn't do it. A lot of these other people tried, they couldn't do it. Nobody's been able to copy, just straight up copy the idea of all of us coming together and creating something out of pure love and joy and fun and just laying it out there. Not for views, but to just out of praise. just out of praise for our life, praise for the opportunity to love each other, praise for God, the real God, the God that is love, not the fake Zeus God, not the religion, okay? Not the religion. And a lot of that involves imagination. You've got to have a great imagination if you're religious. And I'm going to explain why. Because with God, all things are possible. That's why. You're going to be surprised if you go to heaven or go to the next world and just see a white light and that's it. Things that you can't even imagine, things that are crazier than any book you've ever read await you in this life and in the next. And we did that live on Rant Jamz live. We brought a little heaven on earth for a moment. And that made some babies. And now we are on baby number 3. And we have an awesome baby registry. Guys, I always got to throw that in there. But really, seriously, we got a baby registry. And I'm going to make a promise. And I told myself I would not make up the promise. Welcome to YouTube wall. The fart jams for life in that wall. Even though it takes me a long time, I do think about where we're at. I promise you, Stacey Morgan, I'm going to make a promise. Okay? We are done with the gospel of Rant Jamz as you know it. But we're also done with any sort of live streaming that is not 100% direct to the source. All right. No graphics. No nonsense. Unless it's Dramaween. Right? I don't need any AI fake generated bullcrap. I want, if we do this together, we're going to really be together. If I'm talking about religion or whatever it is, the topic I'm talking about, we talk about it together, but it's the artificial programming. The artificial programming has gotten in the way of every aspect of our lives. Okay? Artificial music, artificial fun, games, artificial food. Everything has we've gotten away. We've gotten away. Studying the Greek and Hebrew, pounding that, and pounding that. Arguing over dumb stuff. You're studying Greek and Hebrew because you love it, that's fine. But a lot of the arguing over politics, arguing over religion, the reason why we're doing that is because we're not listening to each other. And we're not live. We're not live. We're too busy regurgitating what we heard on whatever. Let's stop that crap. And let's get to where God is. Where you are. Where Red December 02 is. Thank you so much. Yes. New baby. Baby number 3. And this baby would not have been possible without Rant Jamz live. All right. It had to be Rant Jamz live, guys. It had to be. Excuse me. It takes me a second to get back into character. But this isn't a fake character, guys. This is a part of my personality that is drawn out when I'm no longer planning everything. And I'm just laying it out for you guys to know that this is what's up. If anybody here has any questions about where I'm going, any questions, I will answer all questions. But yeah, this baby is due, and the baby is due in the month of July. Approximately around Independence Day, that second ball is going to drop from the New York Times Square. They got the second ball dropping for the first time ever, and and when that happens, this baby will be born. It's pretty crazy. It's crazy. It's supernatural, guys. I didn't make it up. That's actually what's up. That's not an interpretation. That's actually what's happening. And you know what? Last time I was live, I got a little bit like under my skin. I got something I want to let off my chest. Somebody was complaining about my face or something. Somebody was complaining about my teeth, my beard, or how bald I am, or not bald. Maybe my glasses are crooked. But you know what? I'm not. Do you see an Instagram filter, bro? This is real. I don't even bother to straighten my teeth. I don't even go to the doctor. Ever. Unless by force. So this is real. This is no AI filter, no drugs that are like from doctors. None of that. All right. But I still have too much artificial crap in my life. And when I say artificial crap, I mean artificial crap that takes the place of real, genuine human interaction. And I will be coming back to this and finishing what we started. I'm going to finish it. All right. Yeah. Then sometimes I get loud and sometimes I get crazy, but I'm going to finish this job because this isn't about views. This is sure as hell ain't about likes. I would have not done this for this long, for 10 years, if it was just about getting famous and rich quick. Get rich quick. No, it's not. This was 100% about family. How many people know what that's about? This is 100% about my purpose. What I was told to do directly from God. And it's paid dividends. And it's made babies. And the babies are evidence that I need a little help. It basically means I need help. I need people coming from the other side to give me a hand. Because obviously I missed the boat. So I'm going to need some help. All right. You know, if you got a crappy family, or you don't have very many family members left, you can always grow one. But it takes a second. All right, it takes a second. Oh man! So thank you guys so much for being here. And like I said, I haven't made any confirmation or unconfirmation of what I'm going to be doing exactly, because I want you guys to have your notifications on if you're interested. But I will be back live only. I will edit some of those videos where I put music in the background, take the music off, and make them all raw in the sense that they're not going to have any weird stuff going on, so people can hear the message. People who are interested in biblical scholarship. Although I'm not afraid to talk about it on here, that's not going to be the focus. It wasn't even the focus for Jesus. Seriously, the focus for Jesus was love. Most of those people couldn't read. Most of the people he talked to couldn't read. Didn't matter. If they got the love, they got it. That's all I care about. And the real love is being live. Being present. If you're on your phone, like I am, or you guys might be, pay attention to people who are live with you. There's something more, like something special about that. This is like a glorified phone call, more or less, right? But having a real interaction with people and cutting through the artificial crap that's in the way, that is what I want to teach my kids. This isn't just about me. I've got to figure out, I get to figure out how to pass this kind of message along to another generation in a world where it looks like it's hopeless in this area. Because people have substituted everything that's real for everything that's fake. And I am going to do what I got to do, what I get to do. Because my kids watch the Gospel of Rant Jamz. They watch that whole section. They watch all the stuff I put out so far. They're going to get part of the story. But I want to make absolutely certain that we finish the job here and that we get there. If I have anything unfinished, then I always come back. And I thought I was finished for a second. And I realized, well, no, I'm not. There's more to do. So we don't want a relationship with a bot. No bots. You were in this live stream, Red December. You're in this live stream, Kentucky Girl, or any other live stream where you're having, any kind of conversation. That is 1,000 times better than just flicking through shorts and reels and TikTok crap. Because you have an opportunity to have real human interaction. Even if it's through technology, that is much better. That's much better. It is possible that you can get a lot out of that. But yeah, it is time. It is time that we cut the crap. And the artificial intelligence existed way before computers. So this is probably one of the main things I want to because those people who weren't into the religious stuff, the religious streams, I want to go ahead and lay this out. And even those that are, I want to make sure I'm very clear on this. Artificial intelligence, reading a book and making that your religion, that's another form of artificial intelligence because it's not direct experience. All right. I know that makes people mad. I know it makes them sad. But even in Christianity, direct experience is required. It's not a blind faith thing. And people take the Paul thing and they make it all blind faith. No, Paul did not say that. It's a direct experience thing. So if you're reading a book and that's your religion, that is artificial. That's just as bad as AI generated slop. Because I guarantee you, whatever translation of whatever book you got was filtered 10,000 times, just like Instagram and just like all that, and you're not getting the real thing anyway. You only get the real thing with direct experience. That's what's up, even if you're an atheist. Well, Wikipedia says this. These are the facts. This is what it says about blah, 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 blah. Did you do the experiment? What's your case study? Show me your proof. No, they can't do that most of the time. It's the direct experience that people deny. The direct experience of just being I. You are experiencing the world in first person. That's divine by itself. That's an absolute miracle. That's why he is called the I am that I am. Because that part of you that can say I am it all in first person, guess what? That's God. Sorry, that's God. The ability to even do that is God. Okay? Don't believe me? You can go back and read that quote scripture. It is God. That is the Spirit of God. That's what it means. And it's that way in every religion. Every single religion agrees with me. If you go to the core of it. And from there, you go from whatever you want to go to. But we all have the I am experience. So be in the I am. And most importantly, don't do the crazy manifestation stuff. Focus on the love part. The love part and the purpose. You don't want to manifest something that's going to give you hell on earth. You manifest love. You manifest and affirm your purpose. Well, no, I can make my own reality. Okay. Yeah, the champ is here. That's right. Affirm your purpose. And if you want to go deep with that, your purpose existed before you were even born. You signed up for it. Once you've got that lined up, I guarantee you, you're gonna be fine. That's the best religion. The best religion is to be in love and do your purpose. that's it. If you're in love, you're with God. End of story. Even if you don't believe in it, you don't have to believe in any kind of artificial intelligence. You don't have. Now, obviously, I think doubt is the worst possible thing. Honestly, any kind of doubt is bad. But that's my own personal opinion. But instead of doubting crap and arguing crap, just be. Just be. Jesus Christ is real. If you can imagine Jesus Christ, he's real. Seriously. Even if you don't think he existed, he does exist. Why? Because you can imagine it. And that's a really deep rabbit hole. Because anything you imagine is real somewhere. And that includes God. It's impossible to imagine God without knowing who God is. It's interesting, isn't it? So somebody argued that before. There's this really famous guy who argued that. So we had Ace Theo in here for a second, and they have a community over there. I'm going to bombard them a few times because I'm about ready to cut to the crap, guys. I'm going to go straight. Now, I'm going to not do anything more than what I think will benefit us as a family. And that's it. I'm not on the attack to get views. I'm not on the attack to do anything other than what's going to benefit us as a family. Welcome, Bergie Love. Hi there. I haven't spoken to you in a while. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a few years. And anybody who wants to comment on this stream, leave a comment. And my main focus is the baby. I mean, I'm doing seriously. The baby's coming in a few months. Any kind of help that you guys can do for that Red Baby Registry, it's in the description. We would appreciate it. I don't have Super Chat no more. I got no Super Chat. I don't got PayPal, like donation link. I don't have anything like that. This is just all about family at this point. I consider anybody who's been rolling with me for 10 years or 5 years or 6 years, you guys are pretty close. You guys understand what this is. You've seen many different versions of this. And even if you didn't like every version, some people like the other versions better than others. At the core of everything I've done on here has been to expose being live in love. Even through Drama Week. Even through Drama Week. All right. That's a little satire. It's a little bit of satire there, but yes. So anybody have any questions? If you guys have any questions in the live chat, you can lay down some questions. There's probably some things I forgot to talk about. That's fine. But I will be uploading on the Gospel of Rant Jamz versions of the videos that have no music in the background. You don't have to watch those. That's just so people can get a clean, if people who want to go back to that can get a clean listen without having to feel like they're being hypnotized or whatever. But besides that, I'm not going to edit a single video. You know how many videos I'm going to edit in the future? 0. I'm done. It is done. That work is done. No more videos for me to edit. I'm done with that. I'm done. I ain't going to edit a single video. You know how much time I'm going to spend on OBS? Not very much time. I might use OBS, but I'm going to spend almost no time on it. I'm going to spend no time on that. I put all my time on the live, whether I'm online, offline, whatever. I'm going to be live. And that's what I want my kids to do. I want them to be live. I want them to transcend the artificial intelligence of religion. I want them to transcend the artificial intelligence of school. I want them to transcend the artificial intelligence of facts. The facts. They're not facts. They're not. Because if you don't test them yourself, they're not facts. They're just somebody brainwashing you. All right. Well, I read on Wikipedia that Pluto is blah, 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 blah. Pluto may not even be there, guys. You don't have any kind of evidence. So, seriously. Oh, the baby registry is not on the... it should be in the description of the video. But Lowell's girl, I think, is in here. She can copy it and paste it in. If she's doing something really important. She's being a mother right now, so she may not be. But I should be in the description of this thing, of this video, I'd be surprised if it isn't. but if it's not, I'm going to put it. We'll pin it. We're going to pin it in the end. All right, we'll pin it in the end. They're not clickable. I thought I put it in the description. Let me double check, guys. It looks like they're clickable to me. Well, we're gonna put. See, I thought for sure that it was. I don't think I can mess with the description when I'm in here. But you guys can give it a try. But regardless, I got the message across, and maybe we'll pin that comment at the end of the video too. So at the end of the video, we're gonna pin that comment. And I'm gonna try again and again, because it's all about family at the end. Nothing more important than your family. Really. You're born into the particular family to do a particular purpose. Every person. Even if your family sucks. You've got family business. The only way to finish your business is through the help of Christ. You don't believe in Jesus Christ? Use your imagination. Use your imagination. That's what Jesus says. Use your imagination. Come on, man. Use your imagination. Oh, boy. It's clickable in the description. Thank you, Smokey the Bear 0420. Yes, it's right. Use your imagination. All the 420 people have been using their imagination for years. All right, so they know what's up. I don't think whether you believe in God is a problem. I think if you can't imagine God, I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem. I can't imagine it. Can't imagine it. You can imagine Star Wars. You can imagine just about anything. God says with your imagination, all things are possible. So everything you imagine is real. This is possible, but can God imagine something that isn't real? That's not possible. Oh my goodness. I'm doing ready. Yep. So we got we got 2 months to go. Haven't had a job in years, but I've been working. How do I do that? I do like deliveries. But it's very much like fishing. I've been living off of faith and doing deliveries and doing those kinds of things. And focusing on the family. And there is one more chapter left of Rant Jamz. I'm going to put it together sooner or later. I'm going to tell you what it's not, and you guys can fill in the gaps. I'll do it one more time. 420. Smokey the Bear. That's right. The YW. All right, here we go. What am I not going to do? Not going to edit videos. What am I not going to do? Waste time on thumbnails. What am I not going to do? Shorts! I'm not going to do shorts, man! I'm not going to do any of that crap. All right? Because I already did it. I made the best shorts ever with the help of Lowell's girl. I made the very, very best, I thought, videos in a Christian context for sure. But I now looking back on those, I'm like, I could do better. But for the most part, all I really got to do is just remove all the fake crap and just make it straight. You can listen to it if you want to. It doesn't matter what your religion is. If you put it to the test, you'll find out. You'll find out what I'm saying. It's like it's science. It's real science. Real science is putting something to the test. Real science isn't like, well, did it historically happen or not? No, it's like, okay, so Jesus said this, and you'd be like, okay. Well, science doesn't prove Jesus. Well, why don't you just try what he said and see what happens? Then you do like an experiment, and then you find out what happens. That kind of thing. Well, like the Gospel of Rant Jamz channel is a lot of series of experiments that regardless of who you are, you put that stuff to the test. And I would love to hear a comment about what happens. It's some crazy stuff. And you don't have to subscribe to any kind of religion to do any of that, because Jesus didn't demand that of anybody. It turns out, he didn't, like, most of what he was talking about was beyond the Bible. He became the Bible or whatever. It was beyond what they knew as the Bible in their time, and they couldn't read, most of them. And the people that could read, Jesus liked the least. That's so funny. Most of the people who could read in Jesus' day were Jesus' diehard enemies. Seriously. Most educated ones were the worst. That's craziness, isn't it? I think that's crazy. And I think there's something like that going on today, not just in religion, but in every aspect of our lives. The most brainwashed people are the ones that don't know what direct experience is all about. Now, I feel very strongly, if you're a woman and you've given birth or you experience pains, you know a lot about direct experience, because you can't avoid the direct experience. No matter how many drugs they give you, no matter whatever they give you to lessen that pain, you know what life's all about. All right. No matter what book you read that tries to convince you otherwise, you're like, that's not my direct experience. All right. But for men, it's different. For men, they need to find their purpose. They need to discover who they are 100% for them to see the light. And to do that requires some sort of divine intervention of some sort. However you want to interpret that. Wikipedia not going to do it. I don't think so. Unless you're the editor, unless you're the guy who invented Wikipedia. All right. Wikipedia is probably not going to do it. So men are wired different, but I do believe 100% that is the thing that is the purpose. That is the thing I'm call to action. There you go. This last section. I don't have the name of what I'm going to call this because I have like names of each of these Rant Jamz sagas. We're 10 years deep. On season 10 or whatever of Rant Jamz Live. 10 years deep or whatever. This saga is a call to action. And the call to action is not a jihad. Not a Christian jihad. Not an Islamic jihad. It's a call to action and being live. I want everybody here to be the ghost in the machine. We got too much machine. We need more ghost in the machine. Okay. Seriously. Some unpredictableness, not chaos. Do things that AI can't. Make a list of things that AI can't do and then run with that. All right. I don't see any bots doing streams like this because Google wouldn't make a lot of money on that. They can't generate a lot of likes and views from streams like this with people who have got faces like this, crooked glasses, yellow and teeth, hobo beards. Don't sell well unless you're like that guru guy. So AI is not going to generate my face. Well, good. Good. There's going to be no AI version. Unless, so we're not worried about that. All right, the YouTube wall says, I'm trying to put together a collaboration. I have an arena that says 3,000 people. Have a couple YouTubers that said, yes, let's fill the arena, call to action. Does this require a plane ticket? All right. Does this require a plane ticket? Do I need to leave my family behind for that? These are things I'm going to consider. Because my number one priority is to finish the job. So I have to think about that one. But I'd like to hear more about it. Leave a comment there. And anybody who watched this video, who might watch it later on replay, they might get 10 minutes, 20 minutes into it. I will go live again. And then you can ask me questions live. And I'll do it again. And again. And again. So everybody who's still with us, 10 years later will all have an opportunity to have a live conversation with me before we go straight to call to action. All right. Before we go, we're going straight. We're going to take it to the beast. We're going to take it to the image of the beast. All right. Take it to him. Take it to that AI crap. The heck with that. All right. Seriously. Some of the AI stuff is useful, like a tool, but it's not what it's being used for. It's being used to replace human interaction. It's being used as a substitute for music. It's being, in a way, when you use a musical instrument, it's really similar. Like if you're playing a musical instrument, but you forget that the real magic is the person behind the instrument, then you become a musician. Right? And that's not the same as being a songwriter. So you have to really think about that for a minute. Can a robot play the keyboard like I can? Can a robot play the guitar like I can? If that's true, go back to your instrument and put more of you in it. Put more of your spirit in it. Be inspired by God. Let it ring in a way that a robot can't do. You guys know the story of Paul Bunyan? Paul Bunyan versus the machine. Cut down the trees, the machine wins or whatever. Be the Paul Bunyan. Challenge that crap. Be like, you know what? we can all play the guitar and sing perfectly with autotune and all this other crap. Let's see if we can do this like a human. Let's do something that AI can't replicate. Let's rise to the occasion. Make it impossible. Make it impossible. And the one thing that AI can't do is love. And really be live. Alive. Have real babies. And AI cannot be born and die like we can. So we really need to focus on that. God, the good one, Hazy Days, they're all going to your thing. That's great to hear. Sounds really cool. Call to action. Call to action. And I'm going to do what I can to do what's right for this family. We have a bedtime at around 8:30, which means I'm going to be getting off here today. But this won't be it. I will be back. And I will be annoying. Okay. I'm going to be annoying with this because I don't care about any of the variables except for exploring this call to action with you guys and focusing on life, focusing on growing the family. Anybody got news about the Cab 7 thing? Please leave a comment. I had no idea about what's going on with all that. I don't know if anybody faked their death. I don't know anything about any of that. I've been unplugged from all that. Okay. I don't know the story. I don't know the drama. But I do know that being live is where we need to be. Be live while you're alive. Don't spend 23 hours on autopilot. All right, so this is you guys' last shot. I'm gonna get off here, and I got about 2 minutes here, and then I'm gonna call it a night. But I will be back. I'll be back. I'm not gonna go away until I finish the job. I'm in the prototype stage right now. I know conceptually got it. It's up here, it's in here, but it hasn't yet penetrated. You guys have seen, like, when I come up with something, how much energy I put into it to complete the work. So, like, as you've seen with Dramaween, as you guys seen with the Gospel of Rant Jamz, as you guys seen with the original Rant Jamz live, you guys seen what each chapter looks like. This one's going to be like a lot like that, except for this is going to be right to the point. All right, I'm going to negotiate. No editing videos at all for me. Can I show? Can your guys video? Who knows? I might show you guys videos on whatever. But I'm not going to edit a single video. That's a waste of energy. That's me. That's me messing with spoiled bread. Like, why? I'm interested in what's live and right in front of me. Okay? And everybody who's in this live stream now, and everybody who's seeing this stuff on replay, and everybody I've yet to meet, if you're at this point, if you made it this far into this journey, even for a second, it means you have a really great destiny ahead of you. You've got something really important to do, because this is the few and the proud at the moment. And even if I had 10,000 people and 10,000 likes and $10,000 thrown at me every time I went live, there'd probably only be 10 people who really understood what I was talking about. Seriously. So it doesn't really matter. What really matters is that the 3 kids that I'm 100% responsible for understand what I'm talking about. And as a family, we're going to work together and get this done. Thank you so much. I will be back. I'll be back. All right. You guys have a wonderful night, and leave a comment. Hit that baby registry hard.